Hey there, planners. It is time to set up the month of February 2021 in my A5 Stylogy bullet journal. I'm so excited about this month. I'm a sucker for hearts and pink and red and white, and so this is going to be really fun. I've got all my printables ready. I've got some new things that I'm throwing in here this month, so I'm excited to share those with you. Go grab your planners and let's get planning. All right, first things first, I want to set up my cover page. I do have my reference planner out over here to the side, which has my monthly planner set up, all the supplies that I need, which I have already gathered, and then the actual setup process. I also am going to be referencing my quarterly and monthly tasks so that I can populate my month. This quarterly monthly task as well as the weekly daily task list are some of my most loved items in my reference planner. If you are interested in getting a copy of this, I actually was able, I've had a lot of requests for copies of this as well as the planner setup checklist for both monthly and daily. I was actually able to share these in the Planning Annie Facebook group. So if you haven't joined that group yet, go check that out at the link below. I am able to share a lot more material there, and we're having fun over in that group. So come check us out. Come join us over there. So I've got that off to the side, and I'll be referencing it. I'm going to start this month with some vellum. I actually made this vellum in Canva. This image came from Pixabay, which are free copyright-free images, so you're okay to use them. I bought the vellum off Amazon. It was a very good price, and then I just create the size and the image the way I want it in Canva and print it out and cut it down. So I'm actually going to tip that in. Now, if you're interested in how to tip in, I do have a video on that. I'll have that link down in the description box below. But I want this to be sort of the setting the tone for the month of February, and then I do have a cover page that I'll tape down behind that. You know, I will say, I had someone ask me, you know, don't you get tired of hearts in February? You know, don't you get tired of that theme? The answer is a huge no. I am such a fan of Valentine's Day hearts and, you know, candies and chocolates and all the pinks and colors. I'm a sucker for it. So no, I do not get tired. I love the theme. Now, one year I did do, and there is a video out there, I did a theme with using donuts, and that was really cool. That was a really cool theme, and it still had all the colors of February. You know, the pinks and the purples and the reds and all of, you know, sprinkles and all that fun stuff. But that was a really fun theme. I liked that theme as well. But you know, I'm going back to very traditional hearts and reds and pinks and whites this year. So just keeping it simple, but also I love it. It makes me happy to look at in my planner, and that's what it's all about, right? All right, so there's the vellum tipped in, and then what I'm going to do with this is just tape it down. It's just going to be a really simple cover page. So how's everybody doing? How's everybody's planners? And you can see this is double-sided craft paper. It's got some great cooking stuff on the back that I probably would not use in my planner, so I don't mind using this side. How's everybody's January gone? It was a little crazy for me, actually. You know, January is like, it always feels like one of the longest months ever, and I think it's because everything goes by so fast in December with holidays and, you know, all the activity. January just seems to drag on forever. It's not quite the end of January right now as I'm setting this up, and I swear it feels like January 47th, you know, like the month just goes on forever and ever. So I've got just a miniature calendar. This heading here, I am super excited to tell you that I received a Cricut Explore Air 2 over the holidays, and I just haven't even cracked the surface on how many crafty things I can do with the Cricut. But this was one of my first experiments. I wanted to see if I could do lettering, cutting lettering out of cardstock, and I am thrilled with the way this came out. I think it is so pretty. I have such terrible handwriting. I cannot brush letter no matter how hard I try. My hands are just, my my writing is just too fat, too messy. It just doesn't look good. But this is a fantastic option for me. There's a great software as well called Cricut Access. You don't actually have to have a Cricut to use Cricut Access to design different things like that, stickers and letters and things like that that you can print out. If you're interested in learning more about Cricut and Cricut Access, I have links down in the description box below, but I think you're going to be seeing a lot more of this because I can also make planner stickers. And oh boy, once I figured out that I could make planner stickers with the Cricut, I am really going crazy with that. All right, there's the cover page, and so I am going to flip over and get to the monthly calendar. All right, for the monthly calendar, I actually kept it really simple this month. I am using a printable, which you have come to see every time, and this is from Scattered Squirrel. This is the monthly calendar, 2021 monthly calendars from Scattered Squirrel. I absolutely love Scattered Squirrel, and I did a video recently where I shared some of my favorite planner printables. Scattered Squirrel is definitely in there along with a lot of the other supplies I'm going to be using. Today, of course, I will be putting links down in the description box to all the printables. This one is fantastic. I've used just a little bit of washi tape and some stickers from different Happy Planner books or other stickers that I just had. I'm keeping it pretty simple. I really like the just not too much decoration or pattern. I do have one little sticker down here, but you know what I love about this Scattered Squirrel calendar printable is just the room. So even though it's small, smaller than the A5 page, there's just a lot of room, and this works really for me as kind of my catch-all calendar. You know, if I wouldn't be a true type A personality if I did not pause and appreciate the symmetry of the month of February. How many other planner people out there have already really come to appreciate or noticed how symmetrical February is? It starts on a Monday, it ends on a Sunday. They're exactly 4 weeks. Beautiful, just beautiful. Nothing fits better in a planner than that. All right, next up is the meal planner, and this month I am using a printable from Planner Kate. Again, I'll have that linked down below. I love this printable. I love the size. It actually prints out on a single page with the the separator between. But isn't that pretty? And I printed it in black and white, but it does have a little bit of color if you wanted to print it in color. I am so much enjoying having a single month spread for meals in my planner. Just to show you, I mean, it gets a little messy. It's not perfect, but it's so helpful to be able to go back and see, you know, what we ate. And I do have to white out some things, but it just gives me ideas to be able to flip back to previous months. And, you know, I know, okay, do not make the slow cooker sausage pasta again because we just had that, you know, 2 weeks ago and the family wasn't crazy about it. So, you know, it just really helps to see that. I like being able to plan ahead. You know, if I have a craving for some clam chowder, which I do right now, I will go ahead and, you know, skip a few days and go ahead and write that on a time when I know I'm going to have time to make it. The other thing I like about this Planner Kate calendar is the grayed out weekends. That really helps me separate because cooking on the weekends is different than cooking during the week. We're a little bit more flexible with time. I can do meals that take a little longer or, you know, have to start earlier in the day. So this calendar helps that as well. It also helps me keep up with when I need to be ordering groceries. So here's the monthly meal planner. I'm going to add in just a couple stickers, but I did want to ask, how are you guys keeping up with meals? Do you keep meals in your planner? Do you keep up with that in your planner, or is that something you keep separately? Or, you know, are you just one of those kind of decide what you want and go get the ingredients for it? I have never been able to do. I'm always envious of people who do that. How do you do that? I don't even understand how that's possible. My brain just so doesn't work that way. I'm always thinking ahead, and I don't even know how I would go about just kind of not having a plan and deciding that day. It actually stresses me out to think about it, but I'm envious of those of you who can do that. So I'd be really interested to hear in the comments below how many of you plan out meals ahead of time and how many of you just kind of go with the flow on what's happening that day. All right, there's meals. Time to move on to the next spread. All right, for these next two spreads, I am actually bringing back the Planning Annie miniature calendar. Now, I do have an entire planner devoted to Planning Annie, where I really map out content and when things need to be filmed and edited to be posted and how social media posts go along with it. This is not that. This is much simpler, and really what I just need is when I'm looking at this planner and planning other things, I need a quick reference for when things are going to be coming out. This little tiny calendar is actually from Printables and Inspirations, one of my favorites sources for printables. It's linked down in the description box below. But I love this little calendar, and it's helpful to have a nice quick reference. The other one you all are very familiar with, and that is my weather tracker. I guess I probably need to share the template for this in my Planning Annie Facebook group, because this is one I've had a lot of requests for as well. If you're interested in getting a copy of this, let me know, and I will go post it in the Planning Annie Facebook group for those folks. Okay, this next spread is a new one, and I'm going to apologize right up front. I don't know where it came from. I cannot figure out where this came from. I had downloaded this and saved it. It is a habit tracker that has the days of the month across the top and then a lot of rows for different habits you want to track. The reason why I am loving this and adding it back into my bullet journal is because I have been, over the past couple months, using the little side column in my to-do section in my daily pages to really track habits, but writing it over and over again. So writing daily journaling or daily exercise over and over again on the days just felt really inefficient to me. And I wanted one place to capture all the habits that I want to track and just keep up with that, and also have one view, because when I was writing it on the daily pages, while it was good to capture that day, it was really hard to get a view of how did I do that month with the habits that I wanted to track. So I would love, if you recognize this and you know where this came from, please let me know, because it didn't have a name on it. There's no logo or anything on it. And I have searched everywhere to try to figure out where I got this habit tracker. It is such a cute, very simple, but very functional format. So I am going to be using that this month. And then, of course, my daily gratitude from Day Designer. I have looked at other daily gratitude logs. I cannot find one that I love more than this. It is very functional for me. It works perfectly. It's just the right amount of space to capture that one item. And so I'm going to continue to use this. Now, once I get the last setup done, I'm going to come back and fill in some of these pages, including the habit trackers, so you can see what habits I'm actually going to be tracking this month. All right, for my kind of brain dump notes section or listing section, I'm using a new free printable from Planner Squad. And how cute is this? I'm really excited. Now, this is one of those things that I'm trying, and I'm either going to love it or it's not going to work for me at all. And we'll see at the end of the month, but it's just a little bit more structure. So you've got List Love, which is just some check boxes and a list. Notes, Scribble Pad, Must Do, Don't Forget. I think maybe the structure of this might help a little bit, just in organizing, because sometimes my brain dump can get a little messy, which sometimes that's exactly what you want. Other times, I need a little bit more structure. So I think this is going to be interesting. I'll let you know how this works. But again, it's a Planner Squad freebie. This page I'm leaving blank. This is going to be my Cultivate What Matters page that I will come in and put any information, progress, wins, how am I doing on my goals on this page. All right, so now that I have all the pages set up, I'm going to flip back to the beginning, and I'm actually going to start using two things. I'm going to use my reference notebook with the quarterly, monthly task list to make sure I'm filling in things on the main calendar. And then I'm also going to be taking a look at my Cultivate What Matters tending list. So if you haven't seen the update for this for the month of February, I will list that video down in the description box below so that you can go check that out. But I want to make sure that I'm pulling the items from here and actually planning and making time for them in the month so that I am making progress on my goals. So that is my next step. So I just go down the list and see what needs to be done. So power sheets, my Cultivate What Matters power sheets, I know I want to schedule a time for that towards the end of the month. All right, word of the year activities, declutter tasks. If you've noticed, declutter tasks have taken a little vacation from my planner, and that's because I have just not been motivated since the end of last year to do much decluttering. I got really into decluttering, and I know I should be doing it in a maintenance type fashion to make sure things don't get recluttered, but I'm just not motivated. I've got other things that I'm prioritizing. I'm trying to do a little bit, but I'm not actually I'm not holding myself accountable for decluttering right now. So that's not going to be in my planner. Monthly review, I do want to make sure I schedule that, and I always try to put that at the end of the month. All right, and then update Planning Annie stats and calendar. I will put that with this one. Changing air filters is definitely something I need to do, and I'm actually going to put that. I think that'll be a Valentine's Day activity. My husband and I can do that together. Doctor's appointments, other appointments, upcoming days off, and holidays. So what I like to do is actually flip over to my future log that is in my reference notebook and see what's going on. So on the 2nd is Groundhog Day. Do you guys love that movie, Groundhog Day? It's one of my favorites. I don't know why. It's really not that great of a movie, but I absolutely love that movie. And then Valentine's Day is on the 14th. And I'm just going to put a little heart there to remind me. And then the 15th is President's Day. The other thing I want to make sure I put on here, it is Black History Month. All right. And then I will pull from my future log to see what else is going on. My puppy has his first grooming session this month, which I'm super excited about because right now he's looking a little shaggy dog and desperately needs it. Okay, international and special days. I found this great list, which I am going to pull from. I don't know if I can find it now, but I found this really awesome list of special days and holidays, and they were so fun. And when you're kind of stuck in the house and not doing much, it can be fun to to find new and creative ways to celebrate. So all right, house guests, we don't have any family activities, school activities, and sports. I will go in and plug my daughter's basketball games in if they continue to have a season. And I think that's it. I think that's all I want to plug in there. I did want to talk about one thing on Planning Annie. So I have something really exciting coming on the 14th. I can barely wait. I am trying very hard not to spill the beans, but just to let you know, be watching on Valentine's Day on the Planning Annie channel. I've got something really exciting coming for all of you. So make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss that. It's going to be well worth it. All right, so that's pretty much the setup. Oh, I did want to spend a minute and plug in the habits from my Cultivate What Matters power sheets. So one of the things, and I should actually put this in a little bit larger lettering here. This is a no spend February. Guys, I have never done a no spend month. So I have been doing a lot of research. I am wide open to recommendations of how to make this successful. I have some ideas of things that I'm going to be using in my daily pages, but I would love recommendations from you. If you've done a successful no-spend month, how did you do that? And for me, this is really about using what I have. I don't need to buy more items. I really need to use and enjoy what I have. I think I've even convinced some of my family members to join in this with me. So I'm excited about that, and definitely going to be looking for ways to do that. All right, for habits that I want to track this month, I'm definitely going to do water intake. I have gotten better about that. I was kind of falling off the wagon there around the holidays, but I'm back on routine. I want to walk the dog daily. So as weather permits, my puppy is still so full of energy, and I just find that when I take the time to take him for a walk, now he's a little dog, he cannot handle, he's not hiking, we're not going for miles and miles, but just a 30-minute walk for him in the middle of the day, 30, 45 minutes, he is such a good puppy, and so much more well-behaved, and I'll be honest with you, I feel great. When I get out in the sun in the middle of the day and, just get some fresh air, it's wonderful. So definitely want to try to track that. I'm also going to track Write the Word. So this is a daily activity for me where I am actually putting on my daily pages some of the Bible verses that have really spoken to me from my daily Bible study. So I'm going to be tracking that this month just to make sure that's ingrained as a daily habit that I'm actually doing. I also want to make sure that I am gratitude logging and journaling. All right, so those are the habits that I'll start with. I might add other ones here as I think of them, but those are the ones I'm definitely going to start with. And then the other thing I wanted to add in here was just a few notes about things that I want to make sure I'm accomplishing this month. So I definitely, for my goals, need to create that menu of healthy activities. And healthy activities for me fall into three categories: mental, physical, and emotional. And so the idea here is that I will have kind of a buffet to choose from to make sure that daily I'm doing that healthy activity. All right, the other thing that I must do, and I'm actually going to put it over here under must do, is nail down what is happening with our family trip. So we were supposed to go to Italy last year. Obviously, it got postponed for, what was going on in the world, coronavirus. It looks like the same thing is going to happen this year, or at least there's going to be impacts. And so I really need to nail down what is going on with that trip. I want to finish, and actually I should probably put this on the habit tracker, but I want to finish a Bible study that I started in the book of Jeremiah. So I talked a little bit about this in my Cultivate What Matters Power Sheets update. You can go check that video out if you want to learn more about it. But Jeremiah is such a powerful book. It is so relatable. You can really see yourself in your society, our society, in that book when you read through. And just so many wonderful teachings out of that book. And I have found a Bible study on Jeremiah that I am really getting a lot out of, and God's really speaking to me through that study. So I want to finish that this month, and that's going to be a challenge because it's a big study, and that's going to be a challenge, but I am really enjoying it, and I'm getting a lot out of it. God's really using it in my life right now. So that's definitely one of the things I want to accomplish. And I think that might be all I want to capture on here. The rest of it is really right now. Now, I will also come back and use this space for other notes around goals. But I believe that is everything I wanted to set up for the month of February at this point. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got value out of it. I hope that this gives you some inspiration for your bullet journal for the month of February. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. Leave me some comments down below and let me know how your February setup is going. Make sure you're subscribed to Planning Annie, especially because we have something really awesome coming on February 14th. And thanks for planning with me.